Hello everyone, welcome back to the Football Project YouTube channel. Today I'm back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be doing all of my predictions for the round of 16 of the Euros, and we're going to be seeing who's going to be going through in my opinion. So first game here is Belgium against Portugal. It's probably the toughest game to call in this round of 16. Two amazing attacking sides, so much attacking quality on both sides with players like Kevin De Bruyne, Romelu Lukaku, Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, Jota. So much great attacking players, a very good midfield for both sides, especially with Renato Sanches now coming into that Portugal lineup, who has been very impressive over the last couple of games. It's going to be a very tough game to call. Both of these teams have a lot of problems defensively. We've seen that. Portugal have a lot of problems at the wing backs, especially with Nelson Semedo at the right back position. They do have a lot of problems defensively. Same with Belgium as well. So it's probably going to be a high scoring game. But now that I've said that, it's probably going to end as a 0-0 draw. I am going to go for Portugal to go through, but I wouldn't be shocked if Belgium go through instead of Portugal. So I'm going to go for Portugal to go through against Belgium. Italy against Austria. Austria haven't been amazing in the group stages. Italy have been sensational without conceding any goals over the last 11 or 12 games, I think. They haven't conceded a goal so far in the Euros. They've been one of the best, if not the best team in these Euros so far. So I'm going to go for Italy to go through, even though I do think Austria can put up a bit of a fight. I do think Italy will go through eventually. France against Switzerland. I wasn't really impressed with Switzerland all that much over the first two games. They were not great against Wales. They were the better side against Wales in the first game, but they only managed to get a draw. They got demolished by Italy, but that was expected. And they destroyed Turkey. But I don't think they have enough for France. France, I think this is where they will start to look the amazing team that they actually are. So I'm going to go for France to go through. Next up is Croatia against Spain. Very, very tough game to call. Both sides are at a similar level right now. Spain have looked awful. If you discount their final game, when they won 5-0. Croatia haven't looked amazing as well. They lost to England, drew with... who did they draw with again? They drew with the Czech Republic, and they beat Scotland in their final game. But I do think with the brilliance of Luka Modric and how bad Spain have looked so far in this competition, I'm going to go for a shock here, and I'm going to go for Croatia to go through. Even though I do think Spain can go through, I'm going to go just for a bit of a difference from everyone else. Next up is Sweden against Ukraine. Very tough game to call. Both teams are a very similar level. Sweden have been the more consistent side. I think Ukraine are a little bit more dangerous going forward, but Sweden are very solid defensively. Even though they did concede 2 goals to Poland with 2 goals from Robert Lewandowski. Sweden should go through. I think Ukraine have a chance. Let's check where they actually play. They play in Glasgow, so no home team advantage for any of them. It's a very tough game. Ukraine have some very good players, especially with Yarmolenko playing some amazing football. I'm going to go for the more solid side in Sweden defensively. I'm going to go for them to go through, but I would not be shocked if Ukraine go through. It's a very 50-50 game to call. Next up is England against Germany. Probably the biggest game of the round of 16. But with how not inspiring England have been in their first 3 games, very boring football, not playing their best players. Southgate, I think, is going to cost England an very easy run to the final here if they don't beat Germany, and I don't think they will, even though Germany haven't been amazing. If you discount that Portugal game where they were totally dominant, I think Germany will go through just because of Gareth Southgate. I don't think Gareth Southgate is good enough to outsmart Joachim Löw. I don't think he will play their best players. I don't think he will start Grealish, Sancho, and I don't think they will have enough to beat Germany in the end. I think Germany will dominate the game possession-wise. England will try to play on the break, but with the players that they are going to, that Southgate is going to start, which is going to be Sterling, Kane and Foden, there's not enough pace if you discount Sterling to play on the counter, and I don't think England will go through unless Southgate finally makes some changes and starts a front three of Sancho, Rashford and Sterling with Grealish behind them. If he does that, I do think that England have a very, very good chance of beating this Germany side, who they haven't been amazing so far. But I'm not expecting Gareth Southgate to do that, so I'm going to go for Germany to go through. Next up is Netherlands against the Czech Republic. The Czech Republic have really been a shock in this competition. I was not expecting them to go through, especially go through that easily in that group. I do think Netherlands is a step too far for them, even though they are pretty solid defensively, the Czech Republic. I do think Netherlands are good enough to go through here, and I'm going to go for the Netherlands. And last but not least is Wales against Denmark. Wales impressed me a lot in the group stages. I was not expecting them to go through. And Denmark, with all of the stuff that happened with Christian Eriksen, I'm really happy for them that they are in the round of 16. Very 50-50 game. Denmark are obviously the better side, but they do miss a lot of chances. Wales are more clinical with their chances, and they do have Gareth Bale, they do have Aaron Ramsey, they do have some big players. So if they decide to show up, Wales can easily go through, but I'm going to go for the better side in Denmark. So quarterfinals now, Portugal against Italy. Very, very big game that. I am going to go for Portugal to go through, but I just believe in Portugal more than I believe in Italy right now. But Italy are an amazing side and they could easily get past the Portugal. France against Croatia, the rematch of the 2018 World Cup final. Croatia do not have enough, in my opinion, to go past France, so I'm going to go for France to go through. Sweden against Germany, I think, is a pretty straightforward call to go for Germany. Sweden are solid defensively, but they don't have enough attacking wise to do any damage to Germany, in my opinion. And Denmark against the Netherlands, it's going to be a very attacking game if this actually happens. It will be an amazing game to watch. Both sides very good at going forward, not amazing defensively. I'm going to go for the Netherlands to go through. And my two semi-finals are Portugal against France and Germany against the Netherlands. Portugal against France, the rematch of the 2016 Euros final. We've seen that game just 3 days ago. It ended as a 2-2 draw. Very, very close call. But I do think France can go through here. It's going to be very, very tight. It could even go to extra time and penalties this game if this happens. But I'm going to go for France. And on the other side, Germany against the Netherlands. I'm going to go for a shock here, and I'm going to go for the Netherlands to go through to the Euros finals. Because I do think with the great pace that the Netherlands have going forward and the great dribbling ability with players like Memphis Depay, they could cause up damage to that vulnerable Germany back line. And I'm going to go for a France against the Netherlands final, in which I'm going to be having France to win it all. Would be an amazing final. We haven't seen it. Will be a great final between France and Netherlands. But I'm expecting France to win that if it actually happens. So guys, give me all your thoughts for the round of 16. Who do you think will win this competition this year? And who do you think is going to be the shock from the round of 16? I've gone for Croatia to beat Spain as my biggest shocks in this competition. And you could argue it could be Wales or it could be Ukraine as well. So give me all your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.